right, welcome to the vlog. I forget what number this is. I haven't been keeping up with the vlogs, but right now I am going to go on a shoot with Lisandro from Lisandro Media. We're trying to up our portfolio essentially and work on some spec projects, whether it's commercial, social media, anything really. So we're just finding people who are looking for videos for their business, and we're just shooting them free commercials, free social media videos, etc. And so right now we are driving out to Lamont for a clothing and workwear store. And yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and shoot a nice little spec video for their social media page. Alright guys, so I didn't record the actual behind the scenes footage. We got caught up in the actual filming process, but we got Lisandro from Lisandro Media, Baco Project. He changed the name like 10 times already, so I don't know if I tagged it right. We were doing we're doing a little promo video for the El Amigazo boots here in Lamont. You guys can see it. Lisandro's doing a little bit of drone work. We're recording the final shot for this film. It's a little short social media film video. And yeah, it'll be good. It'll be some good stuff. That's a wrap. This is part of the vlog, I think. I'm not sure. Still trying to figure out how I'm gonna assemble this vlog. But day later since the shoot, got the video going, edited with Lisandro. It came out amazing. This is probably like one of the works that I'm like most proud of at this point. It's graded beautifully. It's shot well. I'm really happy with how it turned out, how it came out color graded. The music is perfect. Like it's all perfect. Maybe I'll show it on this video. I'm not sure yet. Maybe I'll post it once it's posted on the social media account or whatever. We edited on my computer, so my computer was like really, it was just dragging its feet because it was doing a lot of heavy lifting, and we were able to switch it over to the MacBook, and the MacBook, it handled it beautifully. It was I love that thing. It's times like this that it makes me want to go, if I ever like upgrade my desktop PC, to go, Mac, just because I thought I had a pretty beefy, decent PC that I built, and it still can't handle 4K 6K footage, on top of adding effects and all that kind of stuff. So kind of sucks when we're like in the zone and it's got all kinds of effects applied. It's just like, it's hard to see. It stutters. And that's even with like the smart cache and all that stuff and proxies and all that. Like it'll still stutter here and there. So unfortunately, we had to deal with that for a little bit. But once we got it moved over to the Mac, we played it back. It looked beautiful. I can't tell you how good this looks, and I'm so excited to put it out. But yeah, I'm running out of battery, so I'm just gonna wrap this up. And maybe we'll move into the post-production segment of this, where I talk about maybe the breakdown of the color grade or whatnot. So yeah. And if you guessed it, there is no video editing portion. I think I'm going to split that off into a separate video, just because I feel like it might run a little long for time. This is my second take. I don't know if I recorded it right, but I'm going to make sure that I record it right by blindly shooting a second take. So I figured, since these vlogs tend to be more video centric, they tend to be behind the scenes, I figured I'd talk about the fact that I got rid of a lot of my Canon cameras, specifically the 80D, which was my very second DSLR camera that I ever picked up. Made plenty of content with that, but I lost it when an unfortunate hard drive accident occurred. It died on me. And then I also got rid of the Canon EOS RP, and most importantly, the Canon EOS R. I loved all the cameras. Unfortunately, I just didn't touch any of them. I did use the 80D to vlog for a couple of videos, maybe one or two of these previous vlogs. But it's just one of those cameras I didn't touch anymore. I didn't really need it, and I figured it'd be better off in the hands of someone who actually needs it and will use it 24/7 or just for a good chunk of their work. The RP was the same deal. I mostly had gotten it for vlogging, but the fact that I didn't have C-Log kind of bummed me out a little bit. It's still an excellent camera, but again, it was one of those cameras I just didn't touch anymore, I didn't use, so I figured why not just sell it? And I did. And then finally, when it came to the EOS R, it was sort of the same deal. It was a photo first camera, and I really wanted it to work as primarily as like a video camera. And although I made it work a few times and I had no problem doing it, it was just one of those things where it's like, I don't touch it, I don't need it. It wasn't what I wanted it to be, and so I got rid of it. But the special thing about the EOS R was the fact that unlike the other two cameras, I didn't quite sell it. Somebody on OfferUp offered to trade, and while at first I thought that this trade offer was going to be the typical, hey, I'll trade you my PC, I'll trade you my Xbox for it, this guy actually offered to trade his Leica camera. This is the Leica SL Type 601, and it's also a mirrorless camera, and it's built like a tank. This thing is heavy. But when he said he would trade me his Leica, I was like, hold on, wait, is this like a scam? Is this real? Because these things are like expensive. Well, maybe this particular model isn't, but I think it was when it first came out, which was in 2015. And I mean, if Leica is not a camera that I was expecting to own anytime in my life. I was expecting to never touch one, never use one, never own one. And the fact that this was the opportunity that I could just trade up my EOS R and trade down or trade up for this was pretty incredible, and I wasn't going to turn it down. So after a little bit of back and forth and confirming and getting pictures, I met the guy and we ended up swapping. And this thing is so cool just because it has like four buttons, a dial, shutter button, record button for video. I don't know what the other one is. It's probably just like a quick function, and a dial. But it's like the most minimal layout I've ever seen. It's got, oh, and it's got a joystick, sorry. But it's got like, it's super minimal. There's very few buttons, and almost none of the buttons are labeled, which is so weird. But once I dug around, it only took maybe less than, what, 10 minutes, 15 minutes to figure out that, oh, you can press and hold these buttons. And it was pretty easy to figure out how to navigate these menus. But I was just genuinely surprised that this person wanted to trade that camera. And I almost even thought that it was going to be broken, but no, it's a solid camera. And I don't know, it was really cool to trade that. And although I didn't lower the count of cameras that I own, the fact that I had a Leica in my hand was just incredible. And the picture quality that comes out of this thing is pretty freaking nice. I love the quality and the look, and I really liked what I saw initially from my first impression. But yeah, that's just what I've been up to since then. So I apologize if this has been a very boring vlog. It's usually behind the scenes and stuff where I'm like in the middle of things, but we haven't been able to find people that say yes to free services, free work. And it's just weird that, you know, you're offering people to do free work, and initially they're really receptive and they'll say, yeah, like we're totally down for a video. And then you kind of go back and forth for a little bit, and then they just kind of go silent, and then they come back a month later, a few weeks later, and they're like, yeah, no, or we changed our mind, or just get ghosted, or we went with somebody else to do this project. Which, I mean, unless this other person did it for free, I don't see, unless maybe they went with paid. I don't know. It's just weird that you offer people free services for their business, free videos, free video work at no cost, no risk, and they turn it down. I don't know if we're not presenting ourselves professionally. Maybe it sounds fishy, shady to them that we're offering free work, but we're pretty clear with our intentions that we just simply want to try out video work in this field, and we kind of want to get our feet wet. So I don't know what it is, but we're still gonna try to find more work, more spec video projects. I mean, I'm I try to just do whatever else I can. Even if there is no client, I'll try to make my own spec projects. But maybe I should probably do more product-based spec projects, just so there's more to show for clients. I feel like I have a decent selection of my video work and like what I'm capable of, but maybe I got to sell them more with product-based video. I don't know, it's weird. But moving forward, hopefully I will have a couple more videos coming out. One of which I will be a breakdown of the one of the spec videos, which is the car wash one. And then second would be the El Amigazo boots. Both of them don't really require a video, I think. There wasn't anything too crazy that was done for those videos. But I think maybe just speaking out loud, like what I was thinking and what was going through my head when I was shooting this and editing it with Lisandro, kind of might be worth explaining or going over, just in case you, the viewer, are curious, or maybe so that I can learn something from you for whoever watches this and says, hey, you're doing that wrong. And then I'll probably do a breakdown of my short film that I recently put out, which was Motion, which is, I had fun with that short film. It was so fun doing it. It took a couple of days because I got sick at some point and I had to take like a week or two break in between, and I couldn't do the narration. Actually, you can hear it in my voice during the narration that it sounds a little bit deeper than usual, and it's because I was sick. But that short film was done as a way to show that you could use any level gear. For example, that movie was shot with this particular camera that I'm shooting this video with, which is the Canon M6 Mark II, the only Canon camera that I didn't part ways with. And it's been perfect for vlogging, but I wanted to prove that it was capable of being good for short films, and being that it's an 8-bit camera that can shoot 4K, I wanted to prove just that it is totally possible. You don't need the most best high-end gear, and you can use whatever is at your disposal to shoot whatever content you need. And you can even use something as simple as your phone, which this might be something that I might use for another future short film. I just need to come up with an idea, which is the harder part. And I am rambling, so I'm just gonna cut the video short here. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you again next time.